2020 so far graced us with many wonderful things that I think we can look back at extremely fondly. Like, forest fires, World War III, killer hornets, a certain virus that shall go without names because YouTube views it as Voldemort. But I personally will forever remember 2020 as the year of the simp. The simps are goddamn everywhere. Everywhere I turn, there's more simps simping for more creatures. It's unbelievable. Man, I'm excited for some e-girl women to see this video and be like, oh my god, you just called us creatures. This is so sad. Can we copy strike nukes, Taku? And honestly, that's terrifying. These creatures are vicious, I tell you. But you see, simps that simp after someone, hoping for something in return, showering them with money and devotion, and then it turns out, of course, they get nothing because they were just being played like fools. It's a truly abhorrent, sad, traumatic act on the internet in this lovely year. The year of our Lord, 2020. And I feel like, unfortunately, this mentality is bleeding into the public. It's insane. Over the last 1 week, there were so many pathetic stories of simpage. It just makes me sad and fear for the future of the human race. And here I thought Darwinian's philosophy of survival of the fittest was coming true. With the virus rolling in, and at last, the weebs and gamers, the absolute peak of humanity, can survive. We who have been oppressed for so many years, nay, generations, where we thrive by being stuck indoors. This year is the year for us. But nah, fam, I was wrong about all that. Darwin can eat my ass. Because if survival of the fittest keeps the simps in the limelight, get me the heck out of here. So, being that simps are the easiest people on the planet right now to make fun of, aside from Sakura fans, and as we know, that was a bit of a non sequitur because there are no Sakura fans. Well, except for this one. And so, being that they're easily made fun of, and it makes us feel better as like peak humanity when we can make fun of the lower rungs of the ladder and we're like, well, I may be a complete loser that wastes my time, sits at home, and doesn't have a girlfriend, but at least I don't throw all my cash at an e-thought. So, through making fun of them, we also make ourselves feel better. So I like to think of making fun of simps as therapy. That's right, that's how I'm spinning it. Sucks to simp. Anywho, being that Pokimane is probably the biggest e-girl of the modern era, and don't worry, fam, you'll definitely want to subscribe, because I'm working on the ultimate e-girl tier list. It took many hours of research into the various e-girls, and oh boy, am I excited to start a civil war over this shiz. We got the absolute peak e-girls on this tier list. We got Pokimane, Project Melody, Belle Delphine. It's beautiful. It's less of a tier list and more of a road to life in the modern era. But anyway, more on that later. E-girl tier list coming soon, mostly to get people pissed off at me because people have been way too happy with me lately. I don't understand. I slandered Deku like a month ago and it was great. People were hating me. I was getting death threats every day. It was fantastic. And all of a sudden, my content's become wholesome. What? Oh, I spit on the wholesome content. We need some toxic ass stuff coming back. So hope you're excited. Definitely subscribe. But the point I'm trying to make is Pokimane, queen of the e-girls, has many simps. It's undeniable. It's a fact. If you follow her on Twitter, then you'll see every single response to most of her tweets are, Poki, I went homeless for you. All right, that's not most responses. That's only like, 35%. But anywho, this one dude, it's a Gundam, who I've actually been watching for a while, and he's pretty hilarious. I will link him in the description. Made a video making fun of simps. Oh my god, I like making fun of simps too. Nani? And Pokimane comes at him with like fire and brimstone. I mean, he had like 300k subs, and Pokimane has like 5 million followers on Twitch and 5 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, big power difference here. And she abuses her e-girl might to swarm him with simps. And then the simps watched his video, the simps liked it, and they all subscribed, so his channel's blowing up, and that's amazing. I'm so happy for him. But the funny thing is, she felt personally attacked by this video, that in her description is a 20-minute video making fun of her. And it's not. It's a 20-minute video making fun of simps. But she took it as a personal attack because, well, these people are her piggy banks. So she told her followers to go leave mean comments and dislike it. And then she had the most triggered orgasm when she was telling the people that sponsored Gundam's video to F off.
inside.
And thus begun the great sponsor war. The crazy thing is, after people see this video, they just keep simping. But my simp analysis is not done yet. Everyone knows famous Twitch thought Alinity, and she doesn't like being called a thought, which is probably why I did it. But a clip of her came out over the last week where she was basically saying that, well, listen to this clip and prepare to freak out.
For a guy that is in a relationship to be interested in other girls, that's just cheating. But if a girl who's in a relationship becomes interested in another guy, it often means that she's not getting what she needs to get from that relationship.
Holy moly! That's some pretty impressive twisting right there. That there, gender equality. Man, I wish Kazuma was around to drop kick this bitch every once in a while. But here's the reason why I'm bringing it up. I'm not here to make fun of e-girls or thoughts or whatever. I don't care. I'm not into that right now. I mean, maybe I will do that for that tier list I'm working on, but not right now. Right now, the purpose of this video is to talk about how e-girls caused nuclear war. And I'm getting to that. Oh, I am getting to that. But I'm gonna make fun of the simps, because every time she has one of these wacky publicity stunts where some weird nutso crap of her blows up online, she gains followers. The simps are like, oh my god, let's simp to this woman. This is a woman that demands our simpageness. Let's do it. How could a clip like that gain you followers and get you positive numbers? Honestly, we live on the scariest timeline of all time. It's a timeline that's ruled by the simp, because the power of the simp is as follows. They will follow their queen and obey the queen's command, whether it makes any sense or not, whether they're losing out or not, whether their own brain can possibly process the situation differently or not. But simps apply to other creators as well. We all know the famous JoJo stand, Kid Queen. Well, now let me tell you about Killer Keemstar and his beef with H3H3. So recently on YouTube, there was this massive nuclear drama war that took place. H3 made a video called The Content Nuke, where he basically tried to nuke this other creator, Keemstar. Kinda sucks for both of them. This was the first exposed drama where both sides kinda lost. But here's why. It's because there are simps on both sides. And if you're a fan of one individual thing, then all of a sudden, boom, that's the side I'm following. Are you a fan of Keemstar? Do you simp this man? Well, great, because time to attack other people's sponsors and time to go dislike bomb other people's videos. Are you a fan of H3H3? Great! Let's go kill more people! It was the stupidest drama of all time because nothing came of it. I'm not sure what the goal was on either side. H3's videos isn't gonna get Keemstar kicked off the platform, and Keemstar's rebuttal videos aren't gonna make anyone think of Keemstar in a better light. It was a drama that was kind of birthed from nothing, that didn't accomplish anything, and it's almost laughable that the simps got so overworked that this was the talk of the town for the last week. It's like the epic anime arc is taking place right now, and you're so excited, oh my god, the main character is about to fight this incredibly powerful villain, what is gonna happen? And then you realize that it was all just a filler arc. That's how this entire drama kind of felt. The only thing that happened was slightly negative repercussions to sponsors on the platform, but that wasn't even the fault of the creators as much as it was the fault of the simps. I mean, you could say it was the creators' fault because they rallied their simps, but the ralliage of simps just shows how powerful and ingrained in our culture the simps and the simpishness has become. Honestly, I think it's hilarious. I think that just because people simp other people or characters, it completely becomes their identity. They really view themselves as part of something greater now that they're donating money or doing whatever for a content creator that's there to give you 10 minutes of fun 3 times a week. The major reason why I decided to go ahead and make this video is because 2 topics that I've actually covered relatively lately is e-girls / simps, as well as toxic fandoms. And honestly, it's all the same thing. It's crazy how toxic the fandom has become of primarily female influencers. I wondered why the entire simp saga of the internet over the last few months resonated so deeply with me, and that's because me making fun of toxic My Hero Academia fans is exactly the same as toxic simps that will sacrifice their lives for their queens. It's the same people, just a slightly different nuance, a slightly different twist, and every big beef and drama is only escalated as high as it is because of the simps on every side. The power of bias is so strong, no one can see anything through an objective light, at least when it comes to the public eye. On an individual level, I'm certain everyone feels like they are unbiased to some degree. Heck, I'm biased, even when I try not to be biased. That's just how human beings are wired. The craziest thing, though, is that we're also wired to become invested, personally invested in the things we are a fan of. Whether it's an anime, whether it's a girl online who claims that people like her for her personality and her hilarious commentary, you know, watching YouTube videos and whatever else they do. But at the same time, while Pokimane says that, and she's not one of the titty streamers like, well, a different e-thought that I've mentioned in this video, you can't deny the reality that's taking place here. If you look up Pokimane on YouTube, the fill in the blank is Pokimane Thick compilation. There are billions of these. What, you think she doesn't know that? Of course she knows that. You think people aren't simping? You think people that donate big sums of money to just hear an e-whammon say they love you isn't hella cringe? I understand supporting something you like. Completely. I understand becoming invested in something you like. All that, totally great. But it's the level of simp that I'm referring to. Is that level where someone isn't even self-aware of how they become invested in a personal relationship with these women. Or dudes. Or any content creator. Or even a TV show. So this leads me to another question that I've been pondering for a while. And that is, what's the appeal of OnlyFans? OnlyFans is a website where people could sign up for their favorite e-girl or e-dude for only, I don't know, like 20 bucks a month or something. Whatever the subscription fee is for the given person, and they post lewds there. So the whole concept of OnlyFans blew up, again, because it's the year of the simp. But what's the appeal of OnlyFans? If someone's just looking for something lewd on the internet, you don't need to go pay $20 a month. Reddit ranks that crap from most popular to least popular and filters it into a million different categories. If you're feeling too lazy to go to Reddit, Google Images, bruh. Or, I don't know, the Hub, if you know what I'm saying. This stuff is everywhere, and it's free. In fact, you see it more than you even want to. You're on any goddamn site on the planet, and there are ads for sexy hot MILF singles in your area, which no one, let's be honest, ever clicked on. Oh my god, I should make a video making fun of porn ads. That's the funniest idea ever. Anyway, a pin in that. We're back to analyzing the philosophy of the OnlyFans. And honestly, the only thing that's different, aside from paying money when it comes to OnlyFans versus all the free stuff out there, is with an OnlyFans, you kind of feel like you have a personal relationship with whoever you're following. And honestly, that's the most powerful weapon on the internet today. Because people feel like they're in some sort of actual relationship, even though it's a quasi-relationship, there's no doubt that it affects their everyday life in regards to actually finding someone that you want to have a relationship with. Obviously, it does. It affects the mind, unlike everything else that just kind of affects the body. Deluding yourself into being a relationship with these people has its pluses and has its minuses. Objectively speaking, people gain happiness from subscribing to this site, otherwise people wouldn't be making millions on this site. And it's because of that connection. It's because it feels like you're actually getting something out of a two-way relationship, not just a one-way street. It's because of that the simp is empowered. I really wanted to talk about this for several reasons. I think it's important to understand whatever's going on in the world and try to appreciate it to some degree, whether it's laughing at the toxic nature of it or if it's just being wary of being trapped in a cycle that you don't understand a way out of. I wanted to talk about this video to clown on the whole idea of the crazy amounts of simping that's been going on the internet lately, but I also wanted to analyze it on a slightly deeper level to tell you kind of why I think it's actually going on, like on a psychological level. Especially in the modern era, where half the world is trapped in their houses, I could definitely see the appeal of simping. I mean, heck, I'm guilty of that! I recently did a collab video talking about the deepest plot in Shmentai with Project Melody and Moist Critical. And I have to say, I'm a simp. Y'all know that. I simp the crap out of Moist Critical. Famous actor from the Hunger Games, Nani. It's crazy. I've been watching this guy for years. Legit years. And I got to talk to him last week. It's an honor, a pleasure. And yes, I'm a bit of a simp. But what I'm trying to say is, and this is quoting many, many philosophers that have said the same thing, nothing in this world is inherently good or evil. Context matters a hell of a lot. So when it comes to simping, the philosophers were wrong! Suck it, bitches! simping sucks. Haha, simps, losers. All right, no, I'm kidding. That would be a way too easy way to end the video. But what I'm trying to say is be careful. Don't give up real life for this virtual one. I think that everyone talking about simps and making fun of simps and clowning on different simps is healthy for the internet as a whole. I know that all of these, the thought patrol, in this case being the thoughts that are literally doing the patrolling, they'll just be walking around being like, oh, goddamn, you're making fun of my audience. How dare ye? And honestly, they're right. They're not just being toxic for the sake of being toxic. All right, I take it back. Sometimes I'm just toxic for the sake of being toxic. But we're not always just toxic for the sake of being toxic. There is a positive message to this. If it wouldn't be called out and it wouldn't be frowned upon by the public eye, it would just spread. Simping caused nuclear war on the YouTube space. When it came to people attacking sponsors of other YouTubers because you disagree with certain points that they've made or things that they've said, cut the crap, get a life, accept an objective reality. Don't have a triggered orgasm like Pokimane. I just love that. I've never seen someone get this triggered ever. It's been years. It's like, I don't think since Trump was elected have I ever seen someone get this triggered. We live in a world where everyone's deluding themselves and it sucks. So that's right. I'm gonna try at least to be the shred of sanity in this insane landscape. And I know everyone's gonna say, Nux, how could you say you're the shred of sanity? That's ridiculous. We all know you're crazy. And well, let me tell you something. If everyone's crazy, but I'm normal, that means I'm the crazy one because normal is the new standard of crazy. That's how I considered myself. Insane, but also the only sane one. All right? So that's how we're gonna play this. That's how the narrative is gonna be spun. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It was sponsored by me. All right? See here, epic merch. It's my new merch. It's very important. It's the only simp for waifus merch because simping for waifus is a philosophically stronger argument than simping for real women. You see, simping for real women, you kind of hope for something in the eventual future and it'll completely destroy you because that ain't ever gonna happen. The women are manipulating you. They're trying to make believe they don't know what you're talking about in regard to saying that they have simp fans. They don't realize that people are actually jerking off to them even though there's like thousands of hours of thick compilations on YouTube. Nah, fam. Simping for waifus, the morally superior act. Because we know exactly what we're getting out of it when we start. Potentially some crazy version of virtual technology coming out in the last 10 years when we'll actually have a life with our favorite wife. That's right, the future is coming. No, I'm kidding. It's actually, I think, psychologically healthier to simp for waifus. Even though it's viewed as cringier, we'll turn the tide on this battle. Leave a like on this video to counter the simps that are gonna invade the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy my videos, or if you're new for, you know, laughing at toxic bastards, which is the most fun thing of all time, or super deep analysis where I say the shiz that no one ever wants to say, because I'm like that, all right? People are gonna hate me, but you know what? Rather they hate me for being a real one than live a phony. So have yourselves the most wonderful evening, and remember, well, to like and subscribe, obviously, but to stay weird, fam.